Look what Sufyan al-Thawri said. When a man spoke in front of Sufyan al-Thawri in that manner. And he said the Salaf were not like this. Is this how you speak about an Imam of Ahlul Sunnah? This is a fresh article from their website Al-Ulum in the Arabic section. With what audacity do these young boys speak about Shaykh Rabi in that manner? Our answer to them is one answer. The statement of the great Imam Abu Hatim al-Razi rahimahullah ta'ala. Abu Hatim al-Razi, the great Imam who died in the year 277, from the companions of Imam al-Bukhari rahimahullah ta'ala. Abu Hatim al-Razi said that the sign of Ahlul Bid'ah is their revilement and their reviling of Ahlul Athar. That's the sign of Ahlul Bid'ah. What, we're supposed to stay silent whilst Ahlul Athar and the Imams of the Sunnah and Hadith are being reviled? And we are supposed to stay silent in the face of that, ya ikhwan? Do not be deceived by these individuals. Likewise, Sufyan al-Thawri said, if you see a youth speaking in the presence of Mashayikh, even if he has acquired a portion of knowledge, then lose hope in his goodness, for verily he has little shame. These people have little shame, ya ikhwan. They don't have any shame, rather. The manner in which they speak about the scholars, the likes of Shaykh Rabi', the likes of Shaykh Ubaid. Going back to the issue of companionship, Mujahid rahimahullah ta'ala, from the students of Ibn Abbas, died in the year 104 after the Hijrah. You can see all of these are tabi'een that I'm quoting. Why tabi'een? Because these are the tabi'een who took directly from the Sahaba. They understood what the Sahaba intended by their speech. Mujahid rahimahullah bin Jabr, he is a student of Ibn Abbas. He read the Quran to Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma 3 times. And on each reading, Ibn Abbas stopped him at every single ayah with an explanation of that ayah. Showing what? Showing the knowledge of Ibn Abbas. Showing the knowledge of also Mujahid. Mujahid said, and Mujahid also he took from Aisha and from Abu Hurairah and others. Mujahid said, do not sit with the people of desires, for indeed they are diseased. They are diseased and they are contagious. Their disease is contagious, just as scabies. Ismail bin Ubaidillah died in the year 132. He said that he met Muawiyah radiallahu anhu, and he used to be harsh upon the Qadariyah, and he was harsh upon the Mu'tazila. He met Awza'i, Imam al-Awza'i in Beirut, and he said to Imam al-Awza'i regarding the Mu'tazila, he said, maybe you are from them. Imam al-Awza'i became shocked, and he said, La wallahi, he said, Wallahi, la, ma'ana minhum. He said, Wallahi, I'm not from them. Freeing himself from the people of bid'ah. Why? Because this Imam, he was harsh against Ahlul Bid'ah. Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahimahullah sent this Imam, the very same one that we have mentioned, Ismail bin Ubaidillah. He sent him to Africa, to Tunisia, in the year 100 after the Hijrah. And many of the people of the Berbers of that region, they accepted Islam through him. And he used to teach them, he used to say to them, do not sit with a person of bid'ah, for he will disease your heart. And do not sit with the one who has been put to trial, for he will teach you and prompt you with his proofs, meaning up until you join him. Ibn Battah rahimahullah ta'ala, he gathers narration after narration after narration with regard to the people of bid'ah and keeping company with the people of sunnah. So I'm going to suffice myself with this statement. This is the statement that Al-Fasawi rahimahullah ta'ala, he stated in Al-Ma'rifah wa Tarikh from Thabit bin Ajlan. And Thabit bin Ajlan, originally he was from Armenia, a non-Arab, as has been mentioned by Al-Mizzi in Al-Tahdhib al-Kamal. he mentioned that I met Anas ibn Malik. And I met Sa'id, Anas ibn Malik, of course, the Imam Darul Hijrah, died in the year 179. He said that I met Sa'id ibn Musayyib from the Tabi'een, died in the year 94. He said that I met Al-Hasan al-Basri, died in the year 110. And you know Imam Al-Hasan al-Basri, rahimahullah. Imam Hasan al-Basri, that both of his parents, that they used to be servants. Both of his parents, that they used to be servants. And that he was born himself, Al-Hasan al-Basri, 2 years before the death of Umar. So that gives you context of which era Imam Al-Hasan al-Basri was. He was born 2 years before the death of Umar. When Uthman was assassinated, he remembers, he says, as a child, I remember the khutb of Uthman radiallahu anhu in Masjid al-Nabawi. He said that I recall the assassination of Uthman and I was 14 years old. As a child, he was nursed, or that he was looked after, because his mother was a servant for the wife of the Prophet ﷺ, Salama. And when she used to look after the household, meaning the mother of Hasan al-Basri, Salama, she used to play with Hasan al-Basri when Hasan al-Basri was a baby. This is Imam Hasan al-Basri, rahimahullah ta'ala. Imam Hasan al-Basri, an imam of his era in Medina. Then, as after the death of Uthman, he migrated to Basra. In Basra, of course, that's where he gets his laqab from. And they say that he's originally from that area anyway. Imam Hasan al-Basri. So he remained there. Imam al-Hasan al-Basri remained there. He was so grounded in knowledge. And he was such a faqih that Anas ibn Malik used to refer the people to him. Anas ibn Malik, the companion, used to refer the people to Hasan al-Basri. So this individual that we're talking about, Thabit bin Ajlan, he said that I met Anas ibn Malik. Sorry, he said that I met, and not Malik ibn Anas, Anas ibn Malik. Right, meaning the Sahabi. Afwan. I think I said Malik ibn Anas before. He met Anas ibn Malik, the Sahabi. I met Ibn Musayyib, Sa'id ibn Musayyib. I met Hasan al-Basri. I met Sa'id bin Jubair, the Tabi'i. Sa'id ibn Jubair, by the way, was Habashi, Ethiopian, black. Died in the year 95 after the Hijrah. He said that I met Ibrahim al-Nakhai, died in the year 96. He said that I met Ata bin Abi Rabah, died in the year 114. All of them, apart from Anas ibn Malik, all of them Tabi'een. Anas ibn Malik, Sahabi. He said that I met Tawus ibn Kaysan. Tawus bin Kaysan died in the year 106. This Tawus that he had met, it is said that he had met over 50 companions of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said that I met Mujahid. I met Abdullah ibn Abi Mulaika, died in the year 117. And Ibn Abi Mulaika met over 30 of the companions of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said that I met Imam al-Zuhri, Ibn Shihab, who died in the year 124. He said that I met Makhul al-Shami, died in the year 112, who narrated from a group of the Sahaba. Also he said that I met Al-Qasim, Abu Abdul Rahman. He said that I also met Ata al-Khurasani, who died in the year 135. He said likewise I met Thabit al-Bunani, died in the year 120. I met Al-Hakam bin Utayba. I met Ayyub al-Sakhtiyani, who died in the year 131. Likewise I also met Hammad. Muhammad ibn Sirin also died in the year 110. I met Abu Amir, and Abu Amir met Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu. I also met Yazid al-Riqashi, who died in the year 119. And he said likewise I met Sulaiman bin Musa. So now, what's his hujjah? He said, this is my hujjah. I met all of them. All of them commanded me to stick to the Jama'ah. And all of them forbade me from keeping company with the people of Bid'ah. Who is now going to come 2013 and tell us otherwise? Who is going to have the audacity to stand up in any majlis, in any gathering in this dunya,
and put his hand up and say, actually I disagree. After this, who's going to disagree, ya ikhwan? Barakallahu feekum. All of them commanded. These are the athar of the salaf that we adhere to. This is the deen that we live our religion by. This is the deen of Allah. This is what we live by. This is what flows through our veins as Salafis. This is what pumps our hearts. This is what makes us awake in the day. This is what we breathe by. This is what we live by. And by Allah, this is what we hope to die by. This is our deen. Anyone who chooses a religion other than this religion, then there is nothing for him except destruction and wretchedness, both in this life and the hereafter. نسأل الله العافية. بارك الله فيكم والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم وسبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. جزاكم الله خيرا.